something I never thought I would get to do. And right here I've got Eric Close. You may recognize him from more than a few things that he's been in over the years. And he plays Joe Kennedy in the upcoming film called Average Joe. Hi, Eric.
Good to see you, Joe. Yeah, good to see you.
Why did you want to do this part?
Well, I love Joe's story. And aside from just his legal battle, I just loved his redemption story. You know, what happened to him as a kid. And same with Denise, and how all the adversity they face in life, and yet God used all that for good in the end. And he turned all that around, all that anger he had as a child, and he turned around, and then he just started. He and Denise became mentors to those kids on the football fields. A lot of those kids didn't have a father in the house or a mother, and they were just amazing, just pouring into those kids and paying it forward. And then it just came that moment when it was his call, and he stayed courageous and faithful all the way to the end. And he had a team around him, and without that team, it would have been a different story.
I was talking to him just a couple of weeks ago, and he said to get the part, you sat down with him for a lunch, and you said, I got it. I got this part. How did you pick him up so quickly?
Well, you know, the thing I love about Joe Kennedy is he puts you at ease right away. He's self-deprecating, he's genuine, and he's really funny, and he's a friendly guy. He doesn't take himself too serious, as I said. And I just enjoyed that moment of being with him and then meeting Denise. And I said, this is going to be a fun guy to play.
I've said a few times, it's called Average Joe, but it really ought to be called Average Joe and Awesome Denise.
Yeah.
She's a very important part of this story.
She's a huge part of this story. And, you know, she stood by him through it, and he stood by her, and they were stronger together than they would have been apart. And it's a great testimony to the strength of marriage and sticking to it.
Last question for you. I'll let you go on down the line, because there's a lot of people wanting to talk to you. As people leave the theater after this movie's over, what do you hope they take home with them?
Well, I hope they're inspired. I hope it gives them more courage and hope, and just that love prevails.
Yeah, very good. Eric Close, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm going to let you move on down for the interviews. This is a big night here. I'm going to step back and let you get a view of everything that's going on. Bit of a madhouse. I had no idea what to expect with this because, believe it or not, I've never been to a red carpet premiere in Hollywood before, and it's not something we would ordinarily do for First Liberty Live, but we wanted to bring you here to give you just a feel for it. So I'm going to take the camera for a second and give you a look around, just from a high-up view. And in just a few minutes, thank you for that, in just a few minutes, we're going to be going into the theater and seeing the world premiere of the Average Joe film. So you can catch it on October 11th at theaters nationwide. If you want to learn more, just go to averagejoemovie.com and you can find all the information there. It's even playing in a little theater down the road from me in Texas, so I know you're going to be able to find one near you. Strongly encourage you to see it. So much of Joe's story that we've talked about at First Liberty Institute deals with the legal case, which is what most people know. But as you just heard Eric says, his life story is one that really resonates with a lot of people, especially those who've had trouble in their childhood, trouble growing up, and finally found faith, and that changed their life forever. And that's Joe Kennedy in a nutshell. One time Joe told me, if it wasn't for you guys at First Liberty, I'd just be another guy who got fired. And in a very real sense, that's true. I mean, his story would never be known. There would be no movie about it, no red carpet premiere. But it's because of the work of First Liberty stepping in to represent him and help him fight through this case over so many years that he was able to finally prevail. And we are so proud of him and so thankful that we got to work alongside him. So that's our red carpet premiere special episode of First Liberty Live. And we will be putting other clips on social media if you like later on. See ya.